Hello YouTubes, it is not Monday, but it is a mail call. Got this box of awesome from Greg Dean. Kind of looks like it might be a locomotive. Kind of feels like it might be a locomotive. You know what? It's probably a locomotive. Now, Greg did sort of tell me what he was sending. However, I do like to kind of forget so that I'm nice and surprised when I make these videos. But what I do know is this could be the first of its kind that I've got to add to my collection. We have a large letter. Let me have a quick read at that. Oh, you don't get to see that. Okay, I had a good read at this. There are some things I'm going to have to do to make this thing run, so let's see what he has sent me. Oh my goodness, look at this. Okay, right, I've remembered what it is. This is my first ever GEVO. I know a certain Joe is going to be pleased that I finally got a GEVO. Yummy, yum yum yum. So what he did tell me in that little letter, which I tried to ignore, but I had to read it. Norfolk Southern. But this is a very strange colour scheme for Norfolk Southern, I believe. Not so much strange, but different from the usual black and white. Careful, careful. Need to touch up my wee handrails there. Some of the yellow paint's come off. Not the end of the world. Isn't this delicious? Oh, careful. Goodness, oh, the wee horn needs replaced. That is okay. I can 3D print some of them. It's missing one of its horn. Actually, no, it might just be a small double horn. I'm not sure if you can see that. There's one pointing that way, one pointing that way, but they are tiny. I don't know if that's normal or if they're supposed to be bigger. So all this packaging, I'm sure, has been handmade by Greg. He takes very good care of his locos and then sends them to an idiot like me. Okay. Oh. Right, you know what? I'm going to set this down for a second and read that letter properly. These are quite stiff. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be or if they just need a bit of a run-in. So let me set this down. I'll be back in a wee second to give you more details on this. Okay, I read a bit more. So basically, this has been custom built. This is a Bachmann shell on a Athern frame. And Greg apparently did one for himself. I just noticed there's a little spring in there. Presumably it's for a coupler, which looks like it's broken off. Does that mean it's in the box? Yep, there it is. Oh, that's a shame. Not to worry, I've got plenty of couplers. We can replace the coupler. Doesn't matter how well you package things. USPS and I'll find something else in the box, showing that in a second. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Look at all that bubble wrap. And the parcel service still managed to break off a coupler. That is okay. I will replace that. And it did say in the note that it needs to be a long one to get through the plough. Ooh, it's got some lovely detail there. They're nice. So it's got front and rear ditch lights, which I need to bend forward a little bit because it's obviously taken a blow to the front. However, this needs a decoder or a plug to run in DC, so it needs a little bit of work. So this video is going to be a little bit longer because I want this running by the end of the video. Let's have a quick removal of this, if we can do it without... No, I'm going to have to remove the couplers to get this out. So I will take this over to the bench and we will begin work. Isn't it lovely though? Very nice. Oh yes. Oh, forgot to show you what else was in this. So these are a couple of trucks for that B&O passenger coach that James gave me a few weeks ago. Very nice, and these are powered trucks, so that means I'm going to have to add lighting. Excellent, excellent. Oh, what are those little things? That looks like little... Ah, right. Oh, don't worry, I can show you that when I make the video of putting that together. Excellent. They look brand new. Thank you very much, Greg. Okay, over to the bench. Let's get into this thing then. I think it is literally just the couplers that are holding the shell on. Okie dokie. So, I'm seeing a bit of glue there. Hopefully it's not glue. Not glue. That's good. Get the other side out. Although it's already halfway there because the postage service decided to break it. I think they do that on purpose. Jealous, that's what it is. Just pure jealousy. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, so this should lift off. Now, Greg did say in his little note that he has wired up lights, but I don't know where they go because there's no decoder, and he did say, oh my goodness, okay, so there's a little circuit board in there that I'm going to have to figure out. H654X plus PCB, oh, numbers and words. Okay, let's not bother with that at the moment. Let's have a look at this. So good old Athearn Blue Box looks nice and clean. We can see a bit of work has been done here so that the shell fits on top, I'm guessing. This is still really stiff and I can't figure out why. It's probably the trucks maybe came from a Bachmann. Don't know, but this section here, I'll maybe put some grease just in there because it seems to be quite frictiony, right? I think it is actually a Bachmann, sorry, an Athearn truck setup. No, maybe not. Who knows? Anyway, we've got a harness here. So it looks like all I have to do is plug in a decoder and we'll be good to go. And then we can sort out the wiring. So let me go and grab one of my T4 LEDs. Everything else looks fine. We've got the wire coming from that's kind of tight all the same. That red wire there. It's a wee bit pinchy. And I don't want it rubbing against my flywheel there. So I might extend that wire a little bit. What I could do is just pull it through there. There we go, it's extended. Awesome. The black one looks to be okay. Maybe just give it a little bit more room. This side has got plenty of room. That's a lot of wires. Don't need all those wires. Okay, let me grab a decoder and make sure that works at least. One T4 LED decoder from TCS. Plug this in. Lovely. And I will quickly grab my rolling rail, as I'm calling it, and we'll plonk it on there, power it up, see if it goes. Oh goodness, it's too big, it's too big. Let's see, is it going to fit in? Yes, it's going to fit in. This is the hardest part of the whole operation, is getting this thing on board. I'm still new to this. I'm sure there's a fancy, quick and easy technique to get this on. Oh, no, almost. Okay, I think we're on. Right, let's give it some power. Red wire. Right rail. Green wire. Left rail. Let's just pretend it's black, shall we? Okay. We should be able to give it address number 3. Enter. And go. Oh, and off it goes immediately. No problem at all. bit more power. That's just speed step 1. Very nice. Just check reverse. A wee bit jerky. I will take off these caps. I'm just worried that there's something maybe pushing down on the gearing, because they do seem quite tight. Main thing is, it works nice. So I'm going to whip off these covers and just see if there's anything funny going on. I'll disconnect the power just in case. Okay, let's remove that for now. Get one of these worm gear covers off. It looks nice and lubricated. However, if it's sitting... No, it shouldn't make a difference. Shouldn't make a difference. It should be fine. I think it probably just needs a run. So let's not mess with it. I can change the CV values to make it accelerate, decelerate. I would need to sort out the lights though, because I really want the lights working. Obviously this is an original wiring harness, so it's very long. It doesn't need to be that long. It would be nice to have a little platform up there, but let's not worry about that at the moment. Let's have a look at the lights, try and figure that out, shall we? So after some very fine butchering, I did manage to destroy the entire thing. Don't worry, it's not actually destroyed. Now what I've noticed is this little circuit board in here is purely for the ditch lights, and it looks like there is no headlights on the little nose section at all, so I have to get into the inside. There was a couple of tiny little screws in there, one at the front. You have to remove these little grab irons, handrails, and it is starting to come apart. Okay, that's good. Let's put that to the side. Let's see if we can get this out. This clips in, I think, or unclips. Oh, look at that. We've got a nice little interior. I might as well put a little engineering conductor in there while I'm in. So we need to somehow get a light or two away up there. Oh goodness, more dismantling is required. Let's see, how do we get this bit off? Okay, a couple of clips there. Carefully try and get this out. One there, one there. And I'm guessing there's a clip at the front somehow holding that in. Okay, I didn't break it. Now this has got, I just noticed, it's got one of those fibre optic channels at the back. So I'm wondering if all I have to do then is put this back on. Yes, put this back in here, hopefully. Locate those pins, clip it down, and I can just put a little fibre optic, not a little fibre optic, a little LED on the end there. Now I'm starting to wonder if there's one at the end of this. No, there's definitely not one in there. So it didn't have a headlight. Get that clip back in there. He's back in place. Now, is there going to be room to attach an LED just there? Okay, pointing that way so that it shines through the front. Now, where does this meet up at the other end? Yeah, that should be fine. So my LED is going to be, the wiring at least, is going to be going along there. So dark in there. There. LED wiring coming out of that, going along there. I don't think I'm going to be able to use this PCB board though for the ditch lights, unfortunately, because I don't know what the plug wiring is all about and where it's supposed to go. No biggie. At least if I hardwire it, I know where I am. So the first thing to do is get an LED glued onto there. Get the wires nice and rooted. Get some passengers in this, not passengers, get some drivers, engineers. Oh look, there's actually 3 seats. Yeah, I might put 3 little guys in it. Get them glued in, get that back on, and then we can move on to the next step. That's me got my cab crew ready and installed, and somehow managed to recreate the crew of the Starship Enterprise, but that's okay. I'm sure Jim will take good care of them. Okay, let me get this in position before I install the headlight. So let's see if we can remember how this went in. I think it just slides in there. There's a couple of tabs. You see that? That one there, that one there. There's a couple of slots inside here you can just see in there. They clip in there, so we need to just stretch out the shell a little bit. Pop that in that side. Pop that in. Just make sure my people haven't fallen out. We're okay so far. Come on, got to be careful. Pop you in. Come on, just get in there. Not crushing any heads, I don't think. Oh no, I didn't get that one in right. Hold on, hold on. So that has to be flush against the red section there. This is way harder than it needs to be, I tell you. Oh, that looks... Oh, yep, good clips there, good clips. That side's not in yet. Hold on. There we go. Phew, right, are people still there? Oh, that looks quite nice, actually. You can just see them. I didn't go for high-end people in there because you barely see them. Quite effective, though. Okay, headlight. I'm going to glue it onto that little rectangle there. I'm going to use a bright white LED for this micro bulb. You can barely see it. Trust me, it works. I tested it. So let me stick that on there with a bit of superb glue. Where is it? There he is. Little blob there. And I will reinforce it once this is in with some baking powder. Seems to be a fairly good activator because I don't have activator yet. I'll get it one day. So that goes on right there. I just need to hold it for a little bit. And then once it's stuck, I will add a bit more and add some baking powder. Okay, trust me, it works. I've done it before. Okay, that glue is almost dry. I'm going to put a wee bit more on. And then just sprinkle on a tiny little bit of baking powder. That wasn't a tiny amount, but it'll do. Oh, I should have had this prepared. Okay. Okay, what is this witchcraft, you ask? I don't know. It seems to work. It acts as a accelerator. Once it's dry, I'll blow away the excess and we can move on to the next thing. Okay, hopefully that's long enough. Ooh, that's nice. So before I go any further, I'm going to just hook up a little 3-volt battery. Make sure it looks nice. And I've gone for the bright white because this is a relatively modern Loco. Greg says it's the one that they use most at the moment on the railroad. So there we go. That's it on, which you can barely see because I've got a light shining on it. You can see that. What I'll do is I'll take the battery off and you'll see the difference. There we go. Lovely. Right, next, need to do the same for the rear. And it also has a little rectangle. Oh my goodness. Are you going to be able to see that in there? Little fibre optic channel just down there. I'll do the same and I'll see when that's all glued in place, okay? Okay, I have my rear bulb installed and trust me, it looks lovely. Don't worry, you'll see it when it's on the track. Right, let's see if we can reinstall this successfully. So we need to feed our headlight wire down there. And sort out where it's going to go once we get the cab installed again. I'm sure they thought this was a very clever idea. Get our little handrails out the way. Don't want to break them. Oh my goodness, I think it goes round that side of the wall. Oh, my handrail on that side is... Oh, this is so complicated. Let's get you out. Oh, seriously, who thought this up? Okay, we're in at the back. Looking good. Slide it down, give it a wiggle. Almost there. Oh, another handrail trying to get snagged. I think it's just going to clip in place. Sort of. Don't want to force it. My wire's still good. Everything looks good. Let's give it a wee clip down. Oh, come on. I know it's almost there. It just has to line up with that. Now, there's obviously something that has to clip in somewhere. Oh my goodness, can you believe? I think I've just got a tiny wee bit too much glue down there and it's restricting this getting in at the top, which is kind of annoying. Oh, there we go. That side's in. And that side's... I think that side's in? Yes, there we go. Whew! That was close. Right, I'm going to get this handrail in before I forget. He's got a... Oh, it went in all by itself. That was freaky. This one, and there. Handrails are reattached. Excellent. Okay, wonderful. And that one. Cool. And we can put this one back on as well while we're at it. I think he just clips in. Handrail there. Nope, he needs to go down a bit. Lovely. Okay, that was horrible. Everything else is still where it should be. Yes, it is. Okay. Let's have a look at this bar. I don't think I'm going to be able to use this bar down here. So we have 4 wires at the front down there and 4 wires at the back, and that is the 4 wires from the ditch lights, so 2 from each. And they go into this power bar PCB board, and then there is a plug which has 4 wires, but I have no idea what those 4 wires are supposed to connect to, unfortunately. So I think I am just going to remove this PCB and just hardwire these to where I know they're supposed to go on the decoder, and the same with the headlight bulbs. And we'll just have to stick all the wires to the roof with a bit of glue and then wire them straight to the decoder. I'd rather not do that, but I don't really have any choice because I don't know what this board even is. Not the end of the world, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Okay, I tried to hook up that little board down there, but I couldn't get the lights to come on, so I thought maybe the lights are blown. I tried the lights independently and they do work. So the wiring for that plug is really messed up, so I'm not using it. Although I kind of am using it, as you can see. I'm using it to keep all the lighting wiring on the roof, so I don't have to glue it all down and it's not going to hang down and get caught up. These 4 wires are the ones that are going to be coming from the rails and going to the motor. So that's the only bits of wires left to do, and hopefully there's so few of them there, they should tuck up there when I put the shell back on, and hopefully they won't interfere with the gubbins. So that's all I have left to do, is wire up the grey from the decoder to the grey to the motor, the orange to the top of the motor, black to the left hand side of the rails, and the red to the right hand side of the rails. So that should take but a jiff. That is all my wiring done, and it is an absolute disgraceful mess. I wonder if I can at least put a bit of tape around this just to try and make it look a bit more presentable. The main thing is I do not want it fouling the mechanism, so I think just one piece of tape around there might do the job. Just there. Yeah, one little bit of tape could be all that it needs. With a bit of luck. Right there. Oh, I wish I had a bit of tape handy. Where is the tape? Hold on. As usual, my black tape has gone AWOL, so I'm using a bit of white tape. Not keen on that bit of red wire, it looks a bit like it wants to fill. Ah, that's better. This there, okay. This red one's a bit long. Let's just fold that back a wee bit. To there, that should be fine. By the way, this is not a decoder instruction video, just in case you were wondering. This is a Mail Call Monday with a bonus. Okay, that looks awful, but hopefully it'll work. So we'll just get these 4 wires that are hopefully going to stay in the roof area. Let's see if we can get this shell back on, and then we'll be done. Well, almost done. Still got to get the couplers back on. I think that's going to be okay. Let's see, coupler will go on there, I believe. Don't think anything's fouling. That coupler will go on there. Yes, it will. Right, let me get the couplers. Need spongy for this. Try not to break my handrails. I'm doing so well. So the most important one is the rear coupler, right? So we shall stick in what was already in it. One of these little brass spring jobs. Lovely. Oh, this is the one that needs the longer coupler at the front to get through the plough. Oh wait, it doesn't have a plough. Wait a minute. Oh no, that's the back. What am I talking about? Okay, we can use the standard coupler at the back then. He goes on there. Little plastic cover. Goes on there somehow. And a screw. We're almost there. Let's try the other screw. That one doesn't want to go in. Come on. Come on. Oh, this is awkward. Do you just hate couplers? Right, screwdriver now. Don't fall out, don't fall out. That doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like the coupler is sitting where it's supposed to sit. Let me check that. Oh, of course I pulled it up and without the front one in. Egypt. Now the coupler's sitting a bit squinty. Actually, I think the coupler's been damaged. So I'm not going to bore you with that. Let me get that one replaced, get the front one sorted, and I'll see you on the track, okay? Be there in a minute. Here we go then, first time on my tracks. Let's switch it to DCC. Make sure forward and back works first of all. Okay, and back. Got a little bit of vibration, but that's because the shell is only held on with the couplers, unfortunately. That's okay. Nothing we can't live with. Forward again. Once it picks up speed, I'm sure that noise will go away. It's not the end of the world. I could maybe put a little bit of cushioning in there. Right, let's try some lights. So, front headlight, please, should be up above the windows. Oh yes, we have headlights. Let me change direction. They should go off. Let me check the back. Yes, we have back lights. Right, forward again. Now, ditch lights should be function 1. Oh dear, why have we only got 1? That's not good. What does button 2 do? I've wired something up wrong. Or potentially I just need to change the settings. Let me see what's happening at the back. So both the right hand side are coming on. If I press and hold number 2, Then the other one's flash. That could just be a CV setting, I think, I hope. Everything's wired up. I just don't know if it was wired up correctly. What happens if I start moving? Press 2. No, 1, 2. I just need to hold. Let me sellotape number 2 down, and then we've got ditch lights, yeah? Probably not the best way to do it. Well, it's definitely not the best way to do it. They sort of work. I don't think I wired it up wrong, so it must be a CV setting. Anyway, I think it looks awesome, apart from the ditch light thing. Let's switch it off for now. Just pretend that never happened. Brilliant. Very nice. Okay, that's just bugging me. Let me look into the CV settings and I'll see you in a sec. And we're back. Okay, headlight. Headlight works. Function number 1. There we go. Function number 2 should make them flash. Oh yes. All down to CV settings. And a squeaky dog toy. Brilliant. Right, off you go then, with your lights that are flashing. Superb. Cooper has to get in on the action. Oh, the noise has gone away. That's weird. Not complaining. Superb. All that's left to do then, hook up some freight, go for the victory lap at the end of the video. Thank you very much, Greg. This is awesome, as usual. Couldn't do without you. And I'll see you all very soon. Thank you everyone for watching again. Take care. Bye for now.